Bowed. Okay, so now you know. Thank you. My apologies for missing that one. Well, listen, welcome everybody and good evening. Some of you are guests here tonight to take a look at our business opportunity. And some of you might be customers and might be members. So welcome to each and every one of you. My name is Gina Clifford Holmes, and I've been in Herbalife for 27 years. And when I got started, I was that rather round, cheerful mum with a 6-month-old baby. I had 2 older children. I was home and I wasn't working. When my dear friend Alan Lorenz rang me from the UK and said, I met your mum and she tells me you're home, you're fat and you're not doing anything. So those were the immortal words that introduced me to Herbalife. I said, Alan, that's not very polite, but it is accurate. But the hook that he got me with was that I could do the business from home around my 3 children. And I could do it in my own
Gina,
house.
we can't see your screen.
You can't see my screen. Okay, thank you, Elsa. Sorry, folks. Apologies. I shall. Can you see it now? Can you see the screen now?
Yes, I can.
Okay.
Thank you.
That's all right. I am sorry that a little rusty. I think this is the problem when you haven't run the slide deck for a while. So yes, Gina Clifford Holmes. Now you can see the chubby picture with the large glasses that Elsa made me get rid of. I think it took her 2 years to make me get rid of the glasses. But the little baby, David, was 6 months old, and Alan said I could work from home. I could be around my children. I was British, living in Cape Town, so I knew people both in South Africa and the UK and America. And I was able to do that. So I had 27 glorious years working from home around my children. They've all grown up now into these beautiful adults that you see. They all have their own very successful careers. And it's been an absolute privilege to be able to do this business, do it in my own time, and to give me incredible results on the products. I think 26, 27 years on, I've never been more excited about where the business is now. And there are so many new things happening. It feels like it's forever in evolution. So if you're here tonight, you may be here for different reasons. Now, you might want to choose when you work. You might be concerned that your goal is that you want to positively impact others. You might want to earn extra income. And you might be wanting, like I also wanted to do, look better and feel better. And yes, spend more time with family and friends. So the founder of our company was this extraordinary young man, Mark Hughes, and he was only 23 in 1980 when he started the company. And he'd lost his mum because she got addicted to prescription diet drugs. And he really was committed to helping people lose weight safely. And he wanted to spread the mission of good nutrition around the world. And Herbalife now has truly grown to be that because we're now in over 90 countries, which just goes to show that your past does not determine your future. So we grew even in his first year. Mark and a small team did $2 million worth of business. By 1996, we'd hit the first billion. And since then, the billions have grown and leaped. And 2020, we did 8.9 billion in suggested retail sales. And it's only based on one thing, which is that we have amazing products and the products work. The company works. We've been in business now over 4 decades. We operate in over 90 countries. So when you get started, you've got a business not just where you live, but literally all over the world. And you've got a support system for training and personal growth. So we offer, most importantly, what everybody needs, a healthy, active lifestyle. And our key biggest product sold is our Herbalife Nutrition Formula 1. And now over 5 billion servings are being sold every year. So our products can literally help you with your health, your digestion, your sleep, your heart, healthy aging, and pretty much the products are for absolutely anybody. What's great to know also is that we have a solid scientific leadership behind our products. So these are put together with a huge board of experienced professionals. So we really have the highest quality nutrition. And that goes right back to this seed to feed policy, the traceability, that we've got farmers that cultivate the land, that we ensure the quality is guaranteed throughout the process until it comes to your hands and then into the hands of your customers. So we like people to start the day the right way, because modern lifestyles are so much that people are on the run, that these days they're just going to grab a coffee and a muffin from one of a million coffee shops around the world, rather than get some great nutrition into them. And with Herbalife, you get great nutrition with a lot less of the fat and the sugar, and a far higher protein content, and a fraction of the price. So what has always been the case is the star of our show, and the reason that we continue to be so successful are our products. Our core products you see are the top 5. This is known as our stamp, our shake, our tea, our aloe, multi-fiber, and our protein powder. This basically gives your body everything it needs on a daily basis. We have a fantastic range of products for snacking. Our new protein chips, which are popped pea, we've got soy nuts, we've got protein bars, we've got iced coffee, we've even got soup as well. We then have targeted nutrition products that are good for the heart, good for the digestion, and the immune system, which is very important. And Herbalife now is leading the way in having a fantastic range of vegan products. Huge growth, particularly in Europe, of the vegetarian and the vegan market. And we've got products aimed particularly for them. We all take them, but they are at least perfect for vegans as well. Now, the whole sports and fitness field is a huge market as well. We have a fantastic range of sports products called H24. So, but these are for the everyday sportsman. They're not for the professional sportsman, although professional sports people, like our sports ambassador, Cristiano Ronaldo, use the products, but they're used by all of us, because lots of us we're weekend warriors, but we can get all the benefits from the products as well. So it's not just inner nutrition, we have outer nutrition as well. We've got cutting edge products, again, packed full of vitamins, all natural ingredients. So our skincare with cleansers, toners, moisturizers is called Skin. We have external body products made of aloe, so for the hair and for the body, and our brand new anti-aging skin collagen beauty drink. So the success of Herbalife has always been about the products, and you're going to hear some testimonials. As I said, I was able to get on the products, my energy went up, my weight came down. And that's why I started getting just enthusiastically talking to people. And I feel better now, 27 years on, than I did when I got started. And I think if you agree with me, if you look at all these people, the transformations that people have in their body, and obviously in their confidence, in their skin, in their muscle, because our products are also for people who want to gain weight, are very dramatic indeed. So I'm now you've got a feel about the background of the company. What I'm going to do now is hand over to our next speaker. She's one of the young leaders in the UK. She's on the global expansion team, and her name is Lucy Dutton. So welcome, Lucy.
Thank you so much, Gina. Hello, everybody, and welcome to the call. I'm Lucy Dutton, and I live near Colchester in the UK, in the southeast of England. And I'm going to take you through the marketing plan. I was actually introduced to Herbalife over 20 years ago by a work colleague. She told me about it. I wasn't interested. 6 months later, I had a relationship breakdown. I moved away from London. I moved back in with my parents, and she asked me again. So there's a note for your notes. It has to be the right time for somebody. And I took a look at it. I was very shy. I'd come out of this relationship and my confidence was absolutely on the floor. So I didn't really believe I could do it, but I loved the sound of the results that people were getting, the energy that was in the room, because I went up to London and listened to some of these results stories. So like this, but we were all together. And I loved that. I heard about the money, the incomes. I didn't really quite understand how people could make so much money. So that didn't really get me. It was so much more the weight loss, the energy, the way people looked. And it really appealed to me that I could go out and help other people in the same way. So I got started on the shake and some of the other core nutrition products I liked it, which was really key for me. And I wasn't overweight. As a dancer, I'd really kept my weight really quite well. But two things really happened for me. It was my energy levels. I'd normally have toast and coffee in the morning, and by 10:30, my blood sugar levels would have gone right down. I'd be white as a sheet. I'd be shaking like this, and I'd be needing to grab something to boost my blood sugar levels up again. And also at the other end of the day, I used to suffer with insomnia. So it used to take me about 3 hours a night to get off to sleep, at least 5 nights a week, which was really horrible. But just taking the products consistently every day, didn't know it was going to help with either of those things, but it helped with both of them. So my blood sugars or my energy really balanced out, and I was off to sleep within 10 to 15 minutes and had a fantastic night's sleep. So they were my first 2 product results. Because I've taken the products for so long, I've had many more, taken it all the way through my pregnancy. You can see me there, holding my wee son, who's now 21 years old, bless him. And he's had Herbalife every single day of his life since he was a dot. So absolutely phenomenal. The skincare and the hair care are absolutely gorgeous as well. So you are going to be introduced to some great products, and along with that, there comes a great opportunity. So let's look at some of these numbers. 27.6 billion is spent within the wellness industry. $104 billion is spent in weight loss alone. 262 billion in the skincare industry. So if you're really into skincare, that's a fantastic area to go into, and 9.8 billion in energy drinks. And we cover, as Gina's just told you, we cover all of that. And so who do you know? We are worldwide. We're in over 90 countries. Look at all of these countries here. And you can not just be doing business where you are now, but really expand your vision and ask yourself, who else do I know? Where else do I know people? And they don't have to be in those countries. They might be living right in the country that you are living in, but they know people in that country. So really start to expand your vision. So the first thing that you're going to do as a member is you're going to buy at discount, and you sell at the full retail price, and therefore you get the profit between that difference. You introduce the Herbalife opportunity to other people, and you start to also make a wholesale profit. Once you do that, you start to develop your team, and as your team moves up to the same level and the highest level you can get to, you make a royalty profit, a royalty income. You earn monthly production bonuses, and you can qualify for promotional gifts, international trips, and vacations. So it gets very exciting. So let's look at this in a bit more detail. So your retail is between 25 and 50%. Your wholesale profit on top of that is 10 to 25%, and your royalties are 1 to 5%. So we're going to take a look at that. So if you get started as a member, you're at 25% profit or 25% discount. So if somebody's buying from you at 400 rands, you've bought from the company at 300. So your profit is the difference. That's 100. Now, if you've got 10 people doing exactly the same as that you're selling to, that's 100 rands profit times 10 is 1,000 rands. But it doesn't stop there, because as you move up, you get to 35%, you get to 42%. And as I said, the top income bracket there is 50%. Nobody can go higher than the 50%. So now you automatically are making twice as much. So it's 200 rands times those 10 customers equals 2,000 rand. And that will go as retail profit. But because you're bringing in a team, so you've got, let's say 1, 2, 3 people now in your team, they're all at 25%. They've got their 10 customers and they're doing their 1,000. And so 1,000 times 3 is 3,000. But what if you had 10 people? What if it wasn't just 3, but you had 10? So that's 1,000 times 10 is 10,000. So now you're earning your retail income and your wholesale income. And that's all coming into you. And then there's another level of income, and that's royalties. So over on the left-hand side there, you've got three people. Brian is on your first level, Sipo is on your second, and Gabs is on your 3rd level. And from all the business that they're doing, because they're also at the 50% level, right? You are earning 5% from their business and everything that they do. It takes nothing away from them, but it means that 3 levels deep, you are earning royalty income from 1 to 5%. And that is the magic. That is the real magic in income, because you've helped them to get there and they are now being successful in their own right. And you're getting paid for the work you did yesterday. But right here, it can be absolutely huge. So it's a really low startup cost. There is excellent training and support on the system from your upline, from your team, from your sidelines. There's no employees to worry about. You can do it part-time, full-time, flexi-time, from home, from your office, from another location. And there is high income potential. So it really is the Herbalife difference. So an action plan as a distributor is you want to build it strong, sustainable business. So the very first thing is to use the products. You must use the products to get your own results. And you'll hear us telling the stories, and that's what we are. We're high paid storytellers. So we share our results, and we're going to aim to get 5 to 7 new clients each and every month and enroll at least 2 serious people. That might take 10 to get 2 serious people that get into action and do the same as you, and attend the events with people, bring people with you so that they can see the bigger picture as well. So we can do daily invitations to find new customers. It might be through social media, invitations of flyers, adverts. Just having a shake can be an invitation for someone to talk to you. You can do spa events, business in service, people you know and care about. You can share what you're doing, and they start to notice how you're looking and how different you're showing up. And there are fit camps and there are marathons as well, which we won't go into tonight, but you can find out more from the person that introduced you. But it all starts with your member pack. It's a one-off sign up. There are no monthly obligations. There's no minimum orders, and there's free shipping. So in your member pack, you get for 551 rands, you get a permanent 25 until you go higher discount, and you have a vanilla, which has got 21 servings of shake. You get a smart shaker, a scoop, you get marketing materials, a product brochure, you can access to all of your Herbalife sites around the world, and you get a free website to jumpstart your business. And it's all for 551 rands. So your business testimonials now, I love this part of the opportunity meeting, because we get to hear from people, again, around the world, more testimonials. And that might be time freedom, that you might start for just having something different to do. You might want to be stretching yourself more, but we build lifelong friendships, and that can be internationally, it can be right where we live, but it's absolutely phenomenal. So the first person that I would love to invite to speak and to share her testimonial is Ashira Munsami. So Ash, if you'd like to come off mute and share your share your face with us, we'd love to see you, and take it away.
Hi, everyone. I'm Ash. I'm an occupational therapist working in psychiatry and living in Durban, South Africa. I was a fairly healthy eater, but struggled with regular diet and exercise. I've always struggled with my weight and had fluctuations where I would drop to a size 34 and then go back up to a size 38. I had heard about Herbalife, but I thought it was just another extreme weight loss plan that I could never sustain. I started using a couple of the products in 2020 in an attempt to look better for my wedding, and I actually really enjoyed it. I stopped not long after the wedding, and although I had not weighed myself, there was a definite difference in my size. I felt so much more comfortable in my clothes. With a professional career and aspiring to study further, I had a lot to juggle. I found that maintaining 3 nutritious meals a day became a struggle. I often skipped breakfast and ravenously ate my lunch at work each day. I felt really drained. And at the end of the day, it really bothered me that I didn't have the energy for quality family time or meaningful me time. My coach then connected with me in August 2021. And this time I found out about the shake and I started with that. I found I was able to sustain my energy for longer in the day so that when I got home, I wasn't tired. This allowed me that quality time I had been missing out on. I also got back into the Herbalife beverage and fiber, and I felt so great. I have been on the program ever since. I started back on Herbalife for the business opportunity mainly and the engagement. I did not expect how being on the program with this quick, easy, and nutritious breakfast would impact my weight, energy, and overall self-image so much. And now, like I said, I have a lot to juggle and not a lot of time to put into the business. But the program has helped me look and feel so good that people are picking up on it. They are telling me how great I look and asking how to look and feel like I do. And so far, I have actually realized I've lost 10 kg. I'm down from that size 38 to a size 34. And my very visible results have helped me with attracting others onto the program. Even in the past few days, I've got 2 new customers just from looking at me. It's so exciting to be able to impact other people's lives in such a positive way. Thank you, Herbalife. I will hand you back to Lucy.
Thank you so much, Ash. That's such an inspiring story. Phenomenal results. Thank you so much. So the next person I would like to invite up is another lady who's in my team who's had an amazing result so far and is still getting her result. And that's Jane Bowden. Jane, would you like to unmute and show us your face, please? Over to you.
I don't know what's happened.
You're there. We can hear you. Oh, now you've just muted yourself.
Sorry.
There you go.
Oh dear. Right. Good evening, everyone. Hello, I'm Jane from Felixstowe in England. I work part-time in a family-run business, a jewellers. I've managed to lose weight I've never managed to lose weight since becoming a mum to my 2 girls. I've tried numerous weight loss programs over the years, often losing a couple of stone, then a bit on, bit off, and ending up putting more weight back on. Last year, I was told I had a fatty liver, which was a wake-up call, knowing I had to change my ways. I was overweight by at least 6 stone, that's 38 kgs, and a dress size of 20-22. I came across the products through a friend, the wife of my boss. I was feeling very low, unhappy with my life, sluggish and tired. I never enjoyed exercise before. I was lazy with no confidence and low self-esteem. I've now been on the program for 10 months. My knees no longer hurt and I'm walking. Instead of walking, I seem to glide. I've started riding my bike. I go to club size, body sculpting and aquafit weekly. I've never enjoyed exercise as much as I do now. I've never received the support of a coach on a one-to-one basis before. This has been 100% continuous and very valuable in my success so far. Debbie has been an amazing coach. The products are really enjoyable and I'm learning so much more about health and nutrition as my journey continues. This journey is not a race, but a lifestyle change, which I know my body deserves. I will be a size 12 again with more confidence and self-esteem. So far, I've lost 3.5 stone, which is 49 pounds, 22.27 kg, 65 inches in total and 3 dress sizes. After a couple of weeks using the products, Debbie invited me to become a distributor. I explained about the levels and discount. At first, my goal was to get the 50%, which I've now achieved, and I'm becoming a supervisor this month. However, after attending my first Herbalife training in Birmingham last January with 2,500 like-minded people and hearing their testimonials, which I found so inspirational and at times emotional, my vision was expanded. That was it. My mind was made up to grow my business and help other people on their journeys to feel as wonderful as I do. Herbalife has changed my life in so many positive ways. Herbalife is now a big part of my life now. Thank you for listening. I'll pass you back to Lucy.
Jane, thank you so much. You look absolutely amazing. Thank you so much for taking the time and sharing your story. So the last lady, another lady, hey, women power on this one. So I'd love to hand you over now to a lady who is at the next level in the business. So Pepe Lape Malanga, if you'd like to unmute and share your story, please.
Good evening, everyone. I hope everyone is amazing. I hope you had your teas and you have your energy. My name is Pepe Lape Malanga. Thank you so much, Gina, for the introduction. My name is Pepe Lape Malanga. I'm a single mom. I'm 39 years old. I started Herbalife Nutrition in January 2017. As you can see on my left picture in that blue jersey, I was fluffy, but the main thing, I was always tired. I used to sleep on the couch every Friday till Sunday. So people used to think I was disabled. That's how bad it was when I was in my 20s. So I just needed something to give me that energy when I started with the product. So when I met my sponsor at the gym, I was actually looking for something. And when she offered me the product, I didn't hesitate. So I started on the 6-day breakfast trial. Within 3 days, guys, I got off the couch. I had this amazing energy. Needless to say, I fell in love with the product and I completely changed my lifestyle. As you can see, I transformed physically. I lost 12 kgs of body fat, and now I'm building muscle. I'm just living a healthy, active life. I'm actually turning 40 this month, guys, and I feel absolutely amazing. And being a single mother, I was always struggling financially. So when they told me I can make extra money with these amazing products, and my results just sold the products for me. Started first month, I made 308 Rand, and best month in the business doing this very part-time. I'm still working full-time in retail as an office administrator. So I do the business very part-time around everything else that I do, which is amazing about this business. You can do it around whatever you do. So very part-time, best month, 15,000, guys. I'm feeling really excited for the future. And thank you so much for allowing me to share my story.
And thank you so much for sharing your story. That was amazing. Well done. Absolutely incredible. So thank you once again for taking the time to share with everybody. So now that's the end of my section. I'm going to hand you back to our wonderful MC, Gina Clifford-Holmes.
Lucy, thank you very much indeed. And thank you to our speakers, to Ash, to Jane, and to Pepe Lape. It's great to hear how people get onto the products and what a difference they make, and how they can change your life. Well, I'm really excited tonight because it's a real privilege for me. You know, when you get started in the business, the person who introduces you becomes your sponsor. My sponsor was a wonderful man you heard me talk about called Alan Lorenz. And your sponsor had a sponsor. So my darling Alan, tragedy, passed away last year. And so I went looking for Alan's sponsor. And Alan had 2 sponsors, a working partnership of our special guest tonight, Elizabeth Augusta Kovar and Christine Lewis. So you've heard him talk about them in the past, but this is the reason Alan Lorenz got into the business. This is the reason that many of us are on this call in this business tonight, because this beautiful lady got started in the business. So it is with enormous pleasure and that I am going to introduce somebody who is on a very, very elite group of people. It's called the Hall of Fame. These are distributors, Herbalife President's team members who've been in the business over 30 years, who've got their 1 million Lifetime Achievement Award, who have picked up over 15 bonuses and have literally been the backbone of the company. So it is with great pleasure that I welcome up tonight, all the way from Monaco, Executive President's team, 15K, our upline sponsor, Elizabeth Augusta Kovar. Welcome.
Well,
Welcome.
well, what can I say? Wow. Gina, you are a star. Lucy, you are a star. Shira, was it the name, the first testimonial?
Yes,
Ashira,
Ashira.
Jane, and Philippa. I have a problem. Philippa,
Yeah.
sort of. Okay, got it wrong. I am, each story magnificent. Let me share. I mean, Jean already said, my name is Elizabeth. I'm Austrian. I'm born at a lake. In a background from this castle, you see the shore of the lake, which is where our house used to be. And I used to row to this castle when I was already, as soon as we could walk and swim, we were in the water. So Austrian, born to parents who loved us, and their love was, they shared discipline with us. They shared with us transparency and honesty and ethics. That was their love. My father was a headmaster to several schools, so that was tough for me. And my mother was Danish, and she was an haute couturist. She was excellent in those local traditional called dirndl, Austrian dirndl. Now, I wasn't at all excellent in languages, and finished a business diploma, as I really could not go to high school. And when I've even finished my business diploma, we needed English, and I was still very poor in my English. I then traveled to London and to improve my English. I had an au pair position, and just to highlight what happened to me, I'm a country girl, and I arrived in King's Road, Oakley Street, Janey Row, working for a lady which was absolutely high society. And this was rocking London with Jimi Hendrix as a neighbor and the Beatles living there, and it was all happening, and I was this little girl, very excited. So I promised my mother to stay in this position till I was 21. And when I was 21, I started a fashion career. I was already very bold. I just went to Oxford Street to a shop called Maid's, I remember. And I said, do you need a manageress? And they said, yes, we do. So I managed the shop in Oxford Street as this little girl, just learned English. And that was my journey. I was always very bold. And for 14 years, I developed a marketing consultancy, which already took me around the world. And that was specializing in the fashion industry. And when I met my fiancé, my boyfriend, and we got engaged, I was prudent. I wanted a baby. And this happened. This was actually quite imminent at the time. And when I experienced complication with my pregnancy, that was 1983 in September, I had to stop working. And I couldn't travel. I had to lie down, not even just stay at home. I had to lie down. So 3 weeks before pregnancy, I used my savings, and I asked my fiancé to give me money. And he asked me for what? I said, well, to fit in something more looser. I haven't changed my clothes, not that I was needed. In those days was the fashion like now, big dresses, big knit, but I needed something bigger. And he was very reluctant. He didn't give me any money. He said, you're fine. Now, I never asked anyone for money in my life, never. So it was quite a devastating experience, and it's actually left me in tears. But at the same time, my friend Christine Lewis, who returned from Los Angeles, called me, and she really said those words, do you want to get rich? And I had 3 options: accept the conditioning of the father of my future daughter, go back to the job I used to have and I loved, but we didn't have royalties. We didn't have this income called royalties. And therefore, I opted to register with Herbalife 1st of May 1984, 3 weeks after birth, with a 3-week-old baby. And that was yesterday, 38 years ago, she was born. Her name is Tamara. And I suffered of post-depression. And before I even go to the post-depression, I noticed before I got pregnant, first time in my life, I said, oh, Elizabeth, you're aging. This was sort of like the skin, short lines, tired skin. It didn't look good, or it didn't look as it was when I was younger. So I started this breakfast shake, suffered of post-depression, and within the first months, I had this tremendous energy. And I noticed, I would say within 3 months, that my skin absolutely was perfect. I didn't have weight problem. My weight is more being thin, so I always have to keep my weight up. And in those days, the shake wasn't as delicious as today, so we had to work on making a shake we loved. So that was my first goal, to enjoy the shake. And now I am taking Herbalife, which is 1st of May 1984, 1st of May coming, 38 years. I used to practice aggressive sports like a snow ski competition. Riding was more of a pleasure, but I had tremendous accidents and left me even paralyzed some time ago. And by taking the products, it's put me in charge of my health, me in charge of my anti-aging, because I'm 72 years of age today, not today, I'm 73 later on this year, and it put me in control. So I kept my energy, I kept my silhouette, I kept my looks. I'm in love with those products. So that's my product story. Just to addition, I swim since 20 years in the sea. I stopped aggressive sport, and parallel, I do yoga every day, and both are the tower of my strength. Now, I started with Christine in partnership, and we didn't really know. We had no sponsor. Our sponsor was an actor called Sally Gunet. He never knew the business. So, and he was far away. He was in Los Angeles. And so we joined a meeting, an HOM, at the Tara Hotel in Kensington High Street, and Alan Lorenz spoke very often about that hotel. Now, we just duplicated what we learned in this HOM. And we learned you need to become a supervisor. And that's what we did. We had masses of clients. We had an HOM in our living room, in Christine's living room every day. And we bought 1,000 success building orders every other day. So after 4 success building orders, we were supervisors. And it was like the first 2 weeks, I would say it was 10 days, we had a supervisor school with someone called John Tattel, who is Chairman's Club member today, 7 Diamonds, and with Leslie Stanford, who is Founder's Circle. Now, Leslie's story resonated with me, maybe because we're women, and it gave me something to go for. It was a goal. And what she said, besides a personal story, you need to now qualify other people to supervisors the same month. So you can then earn royalties the next month from their organization. And we did that. And we did a qualification which I adore, is where you qualify your first line, and they qualify their second line, and their second line qualifies their third line. So we had 6 supervisors in 2 lines. And with those 6 supervisors and their organization and our organization, we filled up a bus to go to the UK official opening, which was 31st of May. And there was young Mark Hughes, Gina spoke about. We are all bedazzled by him. We all were bedazzled. I was 34, he was like 26, 27, long hair, walking down the aisle to the music of James Brown, Living in America. And when I seen this man, I knew I will follow him no matter what. And actually, no matter what happened 3 months later, my then still fiancé asked me, I must say naughty, I came home with a little baby from my HOM at midnight, and he said, you have to decide to choose between Herbalife and me, and I give you 24 hours to think about. And I said, I don't need 24 hours. I can tell you now, I will choose Herbalife. Now, that was, the man fell on his knees in tears. I didn't want that. That wasn't my idea. But don't give me an ultimatum. So we got married. We stayed for some time together. But I'm only saying to you, I stood strong. And another challenge came along very early, because he comes from an aristocratic Italian wealthy family. And the person who introduced me to my then fiancé said to me, how can you, I was wearing, this is a green button, it's have you had your shake today? How can you wear this button, lose weight now, ask me how, by being with a man of this stature? And I said, well, he's not paying my bills, and so don't you are neither. Therefore, I do and decide what I want to do. So those things came to me at an early time, at an early moment. Now, a second month, I forgot to say, we closed the first month with 23,000 personal volume points, and we earned £5,000 in retail sale and wholesale. We actually continued this earning just from retail wholesaling for the entire year. We continued 23,000 for 3 months, and then our personal volume was like between 12 and 15 for years. We then had the great fortune to sponsor our friend Alan Lorenz. And Alan Lorenz's story, he came to our Tara Hotel HOM. And then he and Carol got sponsored, and Alan's passion took us to President's Team in 1990. Now, in 1991, because that was 1990 November, I'm not quite clear on a date, but in 1991, when we met with Mark Hughes in Monaco, there were 110 worldwide President's Team members. Today, we are in, that was then, we already opened up Spain in 1989, 1990 was France, 91 was Germany, and we talked, now we are in over 95 countries, and we have over 3,000 President's Team members, and they're growing like mushrooms. So Mark recognized us in 1993 as one of the first European President's Team member, and there's Christine to the left and me to the right. We were absolutely treated like queens, and that was an amazing experience. And I need to touch on this, it wasn't called extravaganza. I actually think it was called like a, not honors, like a leadership weekend. But this was such a mind-blowing experience, because it was, for me, the first event with, I don't know, 40,000 people. And so I'm just thinking of a video which I've seen, and I'm going to share that with you, Gina. You can share it with your group and on another HOM. And it was amazing. Why it was amazing? Because the people we brought along to this extravaganza could see what Herbalife was all about. And so, even though it wasn't called extravaganza, but Barcelona is the place for the extravaganza, it is a mind-blowing experience. And we qualified for everything. And that got us to grow really fast. Grow fast in personal development, in emotional development, and business development. And Mark Hughes always shared something with us in his trainings. He first wanted us to be as good as him, and he said, you need to be as good as me so you can jump out with a parachute to a country which has never heard of Herbalife, with a Formula One underneath your arm and a career manual. And so he taught us, you need to focus 10 people. And I hear it again in a training. Gina talked about 10, you only hear 10. And the reason why, if you want to build a business, why do you need 10 wide and 10 deep? Is because we earn royalties on 3 levels. But you want not only your 3 levels to earn royalty, you earn 3 levels royalty, but you want your people to earn 3 levels. So they need to have to the 6th level, they have to have supervisors. But now you will also have some people might stop, maybe people die, maybe, God knows, you know, whatever, things happen. That's why you have to go 10 deep. So if there is a fallout, you still have then people who come up to you. So it's 10 people is imperative. So your 6th line earns royalties. Do you understand? That's the most important part. Our first check was 250 for June. And I would say Mark Hughes' idea was always to make us money and to make us more money. And he came up with this genius idea after we went through many challenges in Europe, also America, and he gave us this additional bonus. We didn't have president's team. We had president's team. Yeah, it was just, we qualified in 1990, and there was the first holiday on a sailing boat called Silver something. It was Silver Wind. And I think there were 11 president's team members who qualified. But this only happened at this time when he brought in this infinity bonus. What I thought, do we still have enough time, Gina?
We need to wrap up now, Elizabeth.
Well, very good, very good. So I got everything. I got everything under wrap. I just wanted to see if we do have more points.
I would love you to go on for another hour.
No. You got the whole spiel I wanted to give you. I wanted to say thank you, and I wish everybody the best. And I give it to you, the platform, Gina. Thank you.
Elizabeth, thank you hugely for your time and your sharing, to have someone who was able to spend as much time with Mark Hughes and with Alan Lorenz and with 38 years of experience and still be here looking so beautiful. No one would think you were 72. And I know that you get up and you swim in the sea at Monaco every single day, and you're a total inspiration of how we can continue to live our lives and be making a contribution. So thank you so much for being with us tonight. It's a real honor. And as Elsa said, we'd be happy for you to keep sharing stories of the past, because it's wonderful for us to hear, how it was in the beginning. And yet so much of how it was in the beginning is exactly what we're doing now. So if you're here as a guest this evening you want to, thank you so much, and you want to take a look at what we're doing, you've basically got 3 options. Number 1, you can become a retail customer and you can buy products from your coach, and you can take a look at the other options later. Number two, we've got this fantastic new loyalty program that Herbalife have introduced. It's coming into many different countries. We have it in the UK and South Africa, which is our preferred customer experience. And this is, you can do a low startup, sign up online. You're then entitled to a starting discount of 15%. Very easy to move up to a 25, then a 35% discount. At any time you want, you can convert it to distributor if you want to do the business. But if all you want and all you do is love the products, this is a great place to be. But as you can see, there are people here tonight who are very serious that they also want to change their lives. As you heard Elizabeth shared, do you want to get rich? I mean, you just might want to make an extra £1,000 a month, or you might have big dreams. Well, all of us come through the business in the same way. We have to start as distributors. We have to do that sign up fee, that pack that Lucy described, that's got our first shake, our shaker, a scoop, gives us that 25% starting discount. And then we see how quickly it is to move up the ladder. And we just get to trainings, and the more we learn, the more we can earn. So Herbalife, as you heard from different people tonight, the place you really want to aim for, Jane said it, Lucy said it, you want to get to that 50% level. Alan certainly encouraged me to get to supervisor in my first month. Elizabeth did too. And very often the reason you want to get to supervisor is because there's going to be an incredibly powerful training the following month. That was always the case. It's been introduced by the European President's team, people like Elizabeth working with Angela Jackson. And every single month now, on the first Thursday at 8 p.m., that's Central European time, they have a guest speaker. Well, the guest speaker for the next supervisor school in May is going to be the extraordinary Enrique Carrillo from America. 50K. So he's like 5 times the president's team check, an inspiring speaker, a very, very vibrant and energetic character, and really incredible person to learn from. So there's great value, whether you're new, well, you haven't even signed up in the business, or if you're still new in the business, to think, okay, how do I get to supervisor during the course of this month? Because your coach will be able to help explain how you do that. And everything in our business is a step-by-step business. That is on the Thursday, and then on the Saturday, Cape Town has its monthly business building seminar. And what we do every single month is we come together. We have a wonderful new venue in Sea Point in Cape Town, and we have special guests who come and share with us how they got, and these are new GET team members, global expansion team members, who are flying in the business, still only 2 years in the business, I think, and they share their story. And for me, 26 years in the business, I think it's going to be 27 in September. I know that every time I go to a training, every time I hear one of these presentations, there's always some little nugget that you hear. I don't know, Elizabeth, if I'd ever heard talk about, Mark Hughes saying, jump out of a plane with a can of shake in your career manual. I mean, I love the visual of that, but it's quite true. He taught us skills that we can take anywhere. And this is the beauty of Herbalife. And I want to thank everybody tonight. I want to thank all the speakers. I want to thank especially our special guest. I want to thank Lucy, and I want to thank Ashira and Jane and Pepe Lape for sharing their stories. And I want to thank you for taking the time to come and find out about why Herbalife is such an extraordinary business. So blessings. Thank you. Good night to everybody. And we'll see you all at the next one. And thank you, Elizabeth. Thank you all.
Thank you.
Thank you very much. Good night.
Thank you for everyone.
Thank you, Gina. Thank you, Elizabeth. That was so powerful. Thank you, guys. Amazing story.
Thanks, everybody. This was absolutely incredible.
Lovely. Thank you, Bea. Good night. Good night.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Good night.
Good night, Elizabeth. Thank you.